Hey guys, it's your girl Kaylee Sparks here with you today, and today we are going to do this super cute one-piece crochet bikini. It is super easy, guys. Remember guys, Emancipation Day and Independence Day is right around the corner, and we are stepping out in our color in style. If you haven't watched my video on how to make this super cute crochet cover-up skirt, make sure that you check in the description down below. So if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting on? Hit that subscribe button and be a part of the Sparks family. So let's jump straight into this video. So these are some of the items that we're going to need for today. A tapestry needle to weave in our ends, a 4mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors, and I'm going to use these 3 wonderful color yarn, the color of my flags: green, yellow, and black, and all of them are Red Heart brand. So let's jump straight into this video. Start off by creating a magic circle and chain up 18. So that's 18. Hold on to that 18 spot and chain 2. Yarn over and go right into that 18 spot that you were holding. Yarn over, pull up a hoop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through all 3. So that's a double crochet. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a hoop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through all 3. And you're going to continue this by placing double crochet in each until you reach to your starting point. So just continue do that, and I'll meet you at that end. So we are close to the end of this section. Yarn over and go into the last stitch with a double crochet. Pull up a hoop, pull through 1, pull through all 3. Yarn over and go into the same space 2 more times. So that's 2 and that's 3. So we place 3 double crochet into the same spot, chain 1, yarn over, place 3 more double crochet into the same spot on the opposite side. That's 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, weave in your ends as you go. We are going to do double crochet onto this side. So just go into the next stitch, pull up a hoop, pull through 1, pull through all 3. And you're just going to continue to do this until you reach to this end. So I reach close to the end of this round. Always guys, remember to put your double crochet into the last stitch. Do not miss it. If you miss it guys, you're going to have an error. So always remember to put a double crochet into that last stitch. So yarn over and go into that spot. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit harder to push through than the rest, but we got this. Alright, chain up 2, 1, 2, turn your work, yarn over, go into that V, pull up a hoop, pull through 1, pull through 2, and you're just going to continue to do this until you reach to the top of your crochet. When you reach to the top, I'll tell you what next to do. So just continue doing this guys. So reach close to the top, place 2 double crochet into that chain 1 space. That's 1 and that's 2. Chain 1, yarn over, place back 2 double crochet into that spot again. Yarn over, go right in between that V, yarn over, go into that V. Remember guys, if you are new to doing crochet, you don't necessarily have to put it in the V, you can put it right in between. But I love the pattern, that's why I'm putting it into the V. And this video is a beginners friendly video, so you can just look carefully and follow the steps. So just continue doing this, and when you reach this end, I'll tell you what next to do. So we are close to the end of this rounds. Alright, chain up 2, turn your work, yarn over, go into that V, and we're starting our next round. So you're just going to continue doing this, and when you finish this rounds, I'm going to show you guys how to do your change of color. So just continue doing this guys, and if you haven't hit that subscribe button, what are you waiting on? Hit that subscribe button and be a part of the Sparks family. Each one teach one. The more you subscribe, the more you motivate me to do more video. So just continue watching guys. So we are close to the end of this rounds. Always remember to place 1 double crochet into that last space. Whoops, sorry about that guys. Yarn over, go back into that space, pull up a hoop, yarn over, pull through 1, and we have 3 leave on our hook, and we're going to use our next color and make a magic circle and then pull right through all 3. Alright, so tug on your color that you were just using and chain up 2. Alright, turn your work, weave in your ends while you are working. So yarn over, go right into that V spot, pull up a hoop, pull through 1, pull through all 3, yarn over, go into that V spot, pull up a hoop, pull through 1, pull through all 3. So just continue doing this, and when you reach up to the top, I'll tell you what next to do. So just continue doing this guys. Weave in your ends while you go. So we reach close to the top. Yarn over, go into that space that you have your chain 1 2 times, yarn over, go back into that space, so that's 2, chain 1, yarn over, go into that space 2 times, so that's 1, yarn over, go back into that space 2 times. So yarn over and go right back into your V and continue. So you're just going to continue doing this, and I'll meet you back and tell you how much rows of the yellow that I'm going to do. So just continue doing this guys. So reach close to the end of this rounds, and I did 3 rows of yellow. So I'm going into the last one, pull up a hoop, pull through 1, get your change of color, make a magic circle and put it on your hook, and then pull it through 1 2 3. Tug on the color that you're just finished using so that it will be firm. Chain up 4. We're chaining up 4 this time guys. So that's 1 2 3 4. Alright, turn your work, weave in your ends while we go. So yarn over, go into the second stitch where our V is, pull up a hoop, pull through 1, pull through all 3, chain 2, 1 2, yarn over, go into the second stitch, 1 2, pull up a hoop, pull through 1, pull through all 3, chain 2, yarn over, go into our second stitch, pull up a hoop, pull through 1, pull through all 3, and you're going to continue on doing this until when you reach to the top, I'll tell you what next to do. So just continue doing this guys. So we are close to the top of this bikini bra, chain 2, yarn over, go into the space where we have our chain 1, place 2 double crochet into that space, chain 1, yarn over, place back 2 double crochet into that space. So that's 1 and that's 2, chain 2, yarn over, go into our V where our second stitch is, chain 2, continue. So guys, remember this is a C size bra cup and it's for a one-piece bikini for a plus size. So continue watching and I'll tell you what next to do when you reach to this end. So we reach to close to the end of this round, so go into the second stitch, chain 2, yarn over, always remember to place a double crochet into that last stitch, chain up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, turn your work, yarn over, place a double crochet right on top of your double crochet, chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over, place a double crochet right on top of your double crochet, chain 2, yarn over, place a double crochet right on top of your double crochet. So you're going to continue to do this until you reach to the top of your bra cup. So when you reach here, I'll tell you what next to do, so just continue doing that. So we reach close to the top of the bikini, chain 2, yarn over, place a double crochet right on top of your double crochet, chain 2, yarn over, go right in between that chain 1 space with 2 double crochet. That's 1, that's 2, chain 1, yarn over, 2 double crochet into that same space. That's 1, that's 2, chain 2, yarn over, place a double crochet right on top of your double crochet, chain 2, yarn over, double crochet on top of your double crochet, and just continue to do this and I'll tell you how many rows that I'm going to do. Just continue doing this, guys. I'll let you know how many rows to do. So we're on the finishing of this row. Place a double crochet right on top of your double crochet, chain 2, yarn over, go into your second stitch with a double crochet, chain 2 and cut off your end. Alright guys, so this is the finishing of our C size cup, and we have 2 of them. So we are going to go on to the next section. So hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. Continue watching. Start off by creating a magic circle. Wrap your yarn around, pull up a hoop, chain up 9, hold on to that 9th spot and chain 3, yarn over, go back into your 9th spot that you were holding, yarn over, pull up a hoop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through all 3, yarn over, go into your next stitch, pull up a hoop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through all 3, and you're going to continue to do this until you reach to this end. So I'm close to the end of this round. Going to the last stitch with a double crochet, chain up 2, 1, 2, turn your work, yarn over and go right into the V with a double crochet. If you are a beginner, you can go right in between this space. I like the design, that's why I'm going into the V. This video is a beginner's friendly video, so you can follow my instruction if you are a beginner and go into that V. So just continue doing this until you reach this end. So I'm close to the end of this row. Chain up 2, turn your work, yarn over, go into the V, and the same thing that we just did, we are going to do it again. So just continue doing this because this is the seat of the bikini. I will tell you how much row I'm going to do for the seat. Just continue. So we are close to the finishing of this row. In all we did 5 rows of the panty seat. Alright guys, so we're going to do something different for the next row. So that's the last one. Chain up 2, turn your work, yarn over, that same place where your chain 2 is coming from, place a double crochet right into that space. So we are doing an increase. So yarn over, go into the next stitch with a double crochet, and you're going to continue doing this, and when you reach this end, I'll tell you what next to do. So we are close to the end of this round. Yarn over, go into that last stitch, pull up a hoop, pull through 1, pull through all 2, yarn over, go back into that same stitch because we're doing our increase. Right, chain up 2, turn your work, yarn over, go right back under where your chain 2 is coming from, and place a double crochet there. So that's our increase. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, and when you reach to the next end, we are going to do an increase again. So we reach close to the next end. Go into that last stitch with a double crochet, pull up a hoop, pull through 1, pull through all 3, yarn over and go right back into that same stitch because we are still doing increase. Chain up 2, turn your work, yarn over, go right under that chain 2 space with a double crochet, and you're going to continue doing this, and I'll tell you how much row to do of increase. So just continue doing this guys. So we reach close to the end of this row. So I did 5 rows of increase, and I'm going to go into the last stitch. So I'm going to yarn over and go back into that same stitch with a double crochet. So we are going to do something different for the next rows. Chain up 2, turn your work, yarn over. We're doing a non-increase, so don't go under your chain 2, go into the next stitch with your double crochet. So just continue doing this, and when you reach to the end of this row, I'll tell you what next to do. So just continue doing that. So we are close to the end of this non-increase row. So go into that stitch with only 1 double crochet because we are doing a non-increase. So chain up 2, turn your work, yarn over and go right under that chain 2 where you do right into that space where your chain 2 is, and we're going to do an increase for this row. So yarn over, go into the next stitch and continue from there. So reach close to the end of this increase row, yarn over, go into the last stitch, pull up a hoop, pull through one, pull through all three, yarn over and go right back into that same space and do a next double crochet. So that's an increase. Chain up 2, turn your work, yarn over. We're not going under that chain 2 space, we're going into the next stitch. So what we're going to do now, we're going to continue this and we're going to do an increase, non-increase, increase, non-increase until it reach up to the height that we want for the panty section. So just continue doing this and I'll tell you how many rows of increase and non-increase I'm going to do. So just continue doing that, guys. So we are close to the finishing of this row. We are close to the finishing of this row. We are doing an increase into this last stitch. So reaching the last one, yarn over and go right back into that spot. Alright, so we did 14 row of increase and decrease. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So that's 24 rows in all. We're not going to cut off our ends because we're going to use the same section to do our body of our one-piece bikini. So I'm going to take it from the center of my yarn and create a magic circle and go to the back of this bikini to create the back of the bikini, and then we'll go back to where we were. So let's create the back of the bikini first. So you put on your magic circle, pull up a loop, chain up 2, 1, 2, yarn over, weave in your ends while you go right back into that same stitch where you did your chain 2, and you're going to create an increase. When we are going to create an increase now. So we create an increase here and we're going to put an increase here again. So yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 1, pull through all 2, yarn over, go into the next stitch while you are weaving your ends. So make sure that you're weaving in your ends. Go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 1, pull through all 2, and you're going to continue this until you reach to the end. So we are close to the end of this round. Go into the last stitch and place 2 double crochet into that last chain. That's 1, and that's 2. Chain up 2, turn your work, yarn over, go with an increase into that next stitch as well, pull up a hoop. So we are doing increase. So I'll meet you at the next end. So we are close to the end of this round. Go into the last stitch, pull up a hoop, pull through 1, pull through all 3, yarn over and go right back into that stitch because we are doing an increase. Chain up 2, turn your work and put an increase into this. So just continue doing that, guys, and I'll let you know how much rows of increase. So I'm on the finishing of this row, going into the last stitch and put another double crochet in it. So 2 double crochet into the last stitch to do an increase. So I did 5 rows of increase. Chain up 2, turn your work, go into the next stitch and not under the chain 2. We're not doing an increase. This is a regular one. So no increase for this row, so just continue doing this, and when you reach to the end, I'll let you know what again to do. So we reach close to the end of this row. Remember, we're not doing an increase, so only place 1 double crochet into this last stitch. Chain up 2, turn your work, yarn over, go right under that chain 2 and place a double crochet. We are doing an increase into this row. So go into the next stitch with a double crochet, and when you reach to this end, you're going to do an increase. So remember, when you reach to that end, place 2 double crochet into the last stitch at the end. So what we're going to do now, we are going to do an increase, non-increase, increase, non-increase. So just continue doing this, and I'll let you know how much rows of increase and non-increase that we're going to do. Same thing that we did for the front, that's what we're going to finish off the back with. So just continue doing that, guys, and I'll meet up back with you. So I'm on the finishing of my bikini bottom. In all, I do 20 row of increase and non-increase. So I did the last one, put a double crochet back into that same space for it to do an increase. Alright, so chain up 2 and then cut off your yarn. Alright, guys, so remember, we did 5 row of increase and then 20 row of increase and non-increase, so that's 25 row. Alright, so we are going back to the front where we didn't cut off our yarn. I'm going to slightly pull back 1 because we are going to do a change of color. Alright, so we are going to do a change of color to yellow. It's optional, guys, you don't have to do it. So yarn over, go back into that same stitch where we were doing our increase, pull up a hoop, pull through 1, and then make your magic circle with your next color, and then pull through all 3. Alright, tug back on that same color that you just finished use and chain up 2. So that's 1, 2. Turn your work, weave in your ends while you are going, and we're going to cut off this, but we're going to weave in our ends while we go first. So place a double crochet right back into that same space where you just do your chain 2, because we are doing an increase. Alright, guys, it's going to be kind of tight, but we can do this. Alright, so we just did an increase. So yarn over and go into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull up a hoop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through all 3. And we are going to do this. We are going to do couple increase, and I'll tell you how much row of straight increase. We're not going to do any regular one, just straight increase. I will tell you how much row, because we're going to do that until we reach a section that we want to put a pattern in. When we reach the last section, I'll let you know. So just continue doing increase, and I'll tell you how much rows of increase. So just continue doing that, guys. So I'm close to the end of this row, and in all I did 7 row of my chain over color. 7 row. Yarn over, go into the last stitch, and you're going to place 2 double crochet into this stitch, but we are going to do a change over. So go into that stitch, pull up a hoop, yarn over, pull through 1, do your change over with your color. So create a magic circle and then pull through all 3. Tug on the one that you were using before to make it firm, chain up 2, 1, 2, turn your work, because we are going to do something different for this row. So weave in your ends while you are going, yarn over, go back into that same stitch where you did your chain 2 from, because we are still doing increase. Pull up a hoop, pull through 1, pull through all 3. Alright, so that's our increase. So we are going to do something different for this row. So chain 1, yarn over, and skip 1 and go into the next stitch. Chain 1, yarn over, skip 1, go into the next stitch, pull up a hoop, pull through 1, pull through all 3, and we're going to continue this. Chain 1, yarn over, skip 1, go into the next stitch. So continue doing this, and when you reach to the end of this round, I'll tell you what next to do. So I reach close to the end of this round. Chain 1, yarn over, go into the last stitch with 2 double crochet. That's 1, that's 2. Chain up 2, 1, 2, turn your work, yarn over, go back into that same chain 2 space with a double crochet. So we are still doing increase. Chain 1, skip 1, go into the next stitch. Chain 1, skip 1, go into the next stitch. Chain 1, skip 1, go into the next stitch. So the next stitch that we are going is right on top of our chain 2. So come again, chain 1, skip 1, go into the next stitch. So you're going to continue doing this, and I'll tell you how much row that I'm going to do. Just continue doing this, guys. We're making an increase. So I reached close to this, the end of this row. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 row of block in all. Chain 1, yarn over, place 2 double crochet into this last stitch. That's 1. Yarn over, go back into that same space, pull up a hoop, yarn over, pull through 1, and then put over your change of color and create your magic circle and pull through all 3. Tug on that chain that you are using, chain up 2, 1, 2, turn your work, yarn over, place a double crochet right into that chain 2 space that you're coming from. And then we are going to do what we did here, where that's the type of stitch that we're going to go back to. So yarn over and go into every other stitch. Pull up a hoop, pull through 1, pull through all 2, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a hoop, pull through 1, pull through all 3, and you're going to continue doing this. And remember, guys, always place an increase at the end of the row, and I'll tell you how much row to do. Just continue doing this, guys. So I am close to the end of this round, and remember to place 2 double crochet into the last stitch. So this is the last stitch, and this is 1 and 2. Alright, so I did 3 rounds, 1, 2, 3 rounds of the green, And now I'm going to add on my bra cups. So I place a stitch marker here to know where I'm supposed to stop my bra. Start it from the end and then stop it right here. Start this one from here, then stop it right here. So what I'm going to do before I do that, I'm going to use this little piece of yarn and attach the two of them together. So put on your hook onto your crochet, place it into the second stitch, yarn over, pull through, tug on it, yarn over, so chain up 2 and then pull. So we attach them together, and now we are going to attach the bottom with the top. Look which section you want for the outside and which section you want for the inside. So I want this section for the inside, so I'll just carry that. So this section is my outside. So I'm going to place my yarn. I'm going to attach it with this section right into the same second stitch where we did that attachment. Alright, so that's what we have right here. So remember when I said you don't have to cut off your yarn too short because you can use it to weave in? Well, for those who don't want to use your hook, you can put your yarn into your needle and weave it in. Alright, but I love to use my hook, so I'm going to use a smaller hook. I will be using a 2.5mm hook so that it can go through more easy and quick. Alright, so flip my work, and where I had my yarn before, I'm going to just put my hook right back into that space, go into the second stitch of my chain, so it'll be the center of this square. Alright, and then I'm going to yarn over and pull right through. So go into that V spot and go into the next section, yarn over, pull right through. So we are doing a slip stitch. Alright, go into that V section and into the next section, yarn over, pull right through. Go into that V section and into the V section on the opposite side, yarn over and pull right through. And you're going to continue to do this until you reach to the middle. I'll tell you what next to do. So I reach close to the end of this round, or should I say the end of this bra cup. Go into the last stitch and go into the last stitch. Whoops. And pull right through. So if you notice, guys, it well seal. See that, guys? And this is the outer part, so it look well put together. And that's what you're going to do for the opposite side. You're just going to continue along. Make sure you check if it's flip while you were working. Alright, so just fold that section into half and remove your stitch marker so you can see what you are doing. If you want to place a stitch marker at the end to hold it together, you also can do that. So just go into the next space and just go into the next space of your bra cup, pull through, into the next space, into that next space, yarn over, pull through. So this is super easy, guys. You just use the one of your choice, whether you want to use the needle or your hook. So anyone that suits you, just do that, and I'll meet you at the end of this. So I'm right at the end of this row. Go right into that last stitch, and do your slip stitch. Alright, so chain up 2 and then fasten off your end. Okay guys, so we are going to do something different now. For that section that I did, you don't directly have to change. For this section, you didn't directly have to change your hook, but I just do it so that I could move a little bit faster. Alright, so what you're going to do now, find your end, create a magic circle, and then go right on the top of your bra, put on your hook, and make a chain that is long enough to go right around your back, make a X, and to hitch at the side. So just make a chain that is long enough. Just do that, guys, for the both section. Alright guys, so I have 250 chain and I did the opposite one, so I'm going to do the bikini bottom. Just create your magic circle. Alright, place your hook at the end of the bikini, slip on your magic circle, pull through, and make a chain that is long enough. Whether you want to make 100 chain or 150 chain, any one of your choice. So I'm just going to do the rest of the end of the bikini bottom off camera, and then I'll show you the finishing. So just continue, guys. So this is the finishing of my one-piece crochet bikini, guys. It was super easy. But have you subscribed yet? Hit that subscribe button and be a part of the Sparks family, guys. I have awesome video coming up for August and you won't want to miss out on that one, guys. This was super easy, but we're going into more details, guys. Love you guys. Peace out.